Suspended Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane is facing over 50 pages of questions from members of Parliament related to investigations linked to her impeachment inquiry. If Mkhwebane does not answer the questions, the committee will consider the evidence before determining whether she is guilty of misconduct or incompetence, which would warrant her removal. We're now joined by Bantu Holomisa. He leads the UDM, as well as Heloise Jordaan, Freedom Front Plus member. The UDM has not submitted questions, while the Freedom Front Plus has submitted some 12 questions. A very good afternoon to both our guests, and thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Mr. Holomisa, I beg your pardon, let's start with you, sir. Why have you decided not to submit questions to Advocate Mkhwebane?
We stated the reasons that led to us not to submit questions. They are merely based on the fact that the issue of legal representation has still not been properly resolved. The public protector, as a result, is still in the witness box, procedurally speaking. So the new procedure, which has been introduced, that of asking her questions in writing, is flawed and unfair from our point of view. All other witnesses gave oral evidence and were questioned in public. The public protector has not finished giving evidence. The acting public protector, unfortunately for this process, she switched off the tap while the public protector was still on the stand. That is what caused the present mess and which has led to the withdrawal of Sienako attorneys, if I still remember the correct name. So we have called for the committee or the administration or chairperson and evidence leaders to finalize the issue of the legal representation. But I hear that the chairperson in the media is portraying the public protector as if she doesn't want to consult lawyers. Yet the same chairperson is asking that in the event that the 4 million is exhausted, the public protector will have to pay from her own pocket. I don't think that is the spirit of the Constitutional Court, which ruled that the public protector must be afforded legal representation.
Heloise Jordaan is with the Freedom Front Plus, and you've since submitted 12 questions for the Public Protector. Mr. Holomisa speaks of a flawed and unfair process. Before we get into the questions, why did the Freedom Front Plus decide to file these questions?
Well, basically, we decided to file these questions because we don't see the process as being flawed and unfair. I've said it in the committee as well, and I've said it on record, that I think the committee has gone above and beyond to ensure that the process is procedurally and substantively fair towards the public protector. And I think that the committee can only go so far. Remember, we're working on public funds, and we have to look at how much we spend as well. I think the money that has been made available to the public protector is quite a sum of money that much can be done with. And there are remedies to the public protector's disposal. If she does not agree with either the process or the findings after the process, then there are mechanisms that she can use. She can take the decision on review. She can go to court with regards to this. So, in my view, the committee has gone above and beyond to ensure that this is fair towards her, and that's why we're continuing, so we can conclude this process that we have started, and that's why we submitted questions. And I must say it's a pity that the public protector can't testify in person. It's always better, in my view, to ask questions in person, to read a person's body language, to see a person's reaction. But we work with what we have, and that's why we submitted written questions.
The first question that you ask is, how did Paul Mkhwebane, who is apparently not allowed to practice law in South Africa, came to be involved at the Office of the Public Protector? Is he disbarred from practicing law in South Africa or the United States?
Well, according to our information, he's not registered with the Legal Practice Council in South Africa. Thus, he can't practice law as an advocate in South Africa.
Okay, we'll get into the other questions in a few moments. Mr. Holomisa, let's bring you back in. Heloise speaks of a process that has gone above and beyond to be fair to the Public Protector. And so, as a member of Parliament and a member of this committee, what options are then available to you as committee members to also make sure that she does get this fair opportunity that you speak of to then have a process that is smooth? Are your hands tied?
Our hands are not tied if we are playing or betting on a fair wicket. So far, I think the wicket we were asked to bet on is too bumpy. So the best way is for the chairperson and evidence leaders to make sure that they iron out this legal representation. And then the Public Protector will continue to give evidence because she was already on the stand. What I don't understand is why would we allow other witnesses? Some of them were questionable because they seem to be begrudging the Public Protector. These witnesses, most of them were subject to discipline in that department. It is subject to disciplinary hearings. So, but we will discuss that when we make presentation at the end of this. But for now, procedurally speaking, this thing is flawed. We are violating the Constitutional Court decision. Let the Public Protector, as well as evidence leaders and the chairperson, sort out this mess, and then we continue. Everybody wants to finalize this process, but it's not going to be done if you allow certain people to give evidence in public. And then when it comes to the Public Protector, you switch off the tape and say, come here, come in this camera. No, we're not going to be part of a kangaroo court mentality.
Okay. Heloise, because some of the questions that you ask also, you ask if the Office of the Public Protector made use of Advocate Dalimpofu's services while under Mkhwebane's tenure, and if so, for what purpose and at what cost? On how many occasions were Kim Hela contracted, or how many occasions Kim Hela was contracted for consultation work, and what she consulted on and the cost of the consultation? You also question the nature of Mkhwebane's relationship with Kasi Broadcasting, and you ask, was the purpose of the judiciary bashing exercise an attempt to disguise the findings of incompetence on her part by said judges? What informed the kind of questions you are asking, and to what end?
I think it's important for us to differ between the processes. This is an inquisitorial process as opposed to an accusatorial process where someone is accused of something and put on the stand, and there's a trial and a hearing as in criminal proceedings. This inquisitorial process is a fact-finding mission. So there has been many evidence laid before the committee. Many people have testified before the committee, and some of these questions has come up. Now, we have eyes and ears, and we can see and we can hear, and we wonder, for instance, with the Kasi Broadcasting matter and the question that I asked. So, if we wonder, we have to ask, because if we want to continue being fair towards the Public Protector and towards the taxpayer who's funding this whole exercise, then we have to ask the questions that make us wonder, so we can get to the bottom of the matter and get to the facts and decide on the question at hand.
A big thank you to both our guests. Bantu Holomisa leads the UDM. Heloise Jordaan, the Freedom Front Plus member in Parliament. Thank you.